Now, I already made a video about how I felt about the verdict or whatever, but I just wanted to make this video really quick. Um, what I would like to say, yes, in my other video, I basically said I hope George Zimmerman gets what's coming to him. But what I wanted to say is, for the sake of Trayvon Martin and for the sake of not acting the way people would assume for you to act, I want African Americans and people of color, anybody who was on the side of Trayvon Martin's family, to not act out and to not retaliate in a way that would make them say, and this is why you would never progress or anything like that. Like, I understand in the heat of the moment, passions will flare, anger will flare. You're going to want to just despise everybody. Like, like I said before, I'm not racist by any means necessary, but there are just some things that happen in life that make you honestly look back at your history and say, this is why, and like, this is where I come from. And my, like, you think that, like, your grandparents and your parents and your great grandparents had to deal with stuff like this, and it's 2013 and nothing nothing has changed. And that is the saddest realization that can ever be realized by anyone. Have we made progress? Of course we've made progress, but progress can only go as far as we allow it to. And I feel like people rioting, and as some people have claimed, people have said, is the calling for the killing of random white people. I feel like taking your aggression out on people who had nothing to do with this is extremely unnecessary. If you want to talk about it, I feel like people should take their children, take their teenagers, set them aside, and have discussions about this. Try to figure out how they felt about this, because I'm pretty sure there are many young African American males and many young men of color or Caucasian who have extreme emotions about what just happened right now, and they don't know how to express how they feel about it. So I feel like you should take your young people, not right now, maybe tomorrow at church, after church, on a Monday. It's summertime, no one's in school. Take them, pull them to the side, and just talk to them and try to figure out if they knew about it, and if they didn't know about it, show them a few clips. Try to figure out, let them understand, let them read a little bit about what happened, and try to talk to them and say, how can you learn from this situation? There's no reason for more people to have to die, because then what's the point? What's the point of us as African American, as a people, as a whole, to say that we're trying to move forward if every time something like this happens, we can only go through barbaric means of killing and beating people up and all this other stuff? Because then that just makes it seem like they're acting exactly the way we thought they would. So this is just me saying, if you're gonna be frustrated, do what I did. Make a video, write it out, make a blog. But there's no point in going out and taking lives for that had nothing to do with this. George Zimmerman, I hope he enjoys his life, because unfortunately, karma is a bitch, and eventually he's going to get his, be it through the media, be it through people, be it through his life just spiraling out of control, and he has no control over, like, he doesn't know what's going on. Like, I'm a religious person. I'm not extremely religious, but I'm religious, and I believe that God Himself works in mysterious ways, and I don't believe that God Himself will put ill will on this man, but I feel like George Zimmerman will eventually reap what he sowed. And this is the seed that he has sowed right now is of destruction. And I hope and I pray that some type of justice comes from this. This is the 21st century, but we still live as if we are in the 1800s. the 1900s. Like, it's not, nothing is new under the sun. And unfortunately, cases like Trayvon Martin's are going to continue to pop up unless people can start changing their mindset, changing their thinking. But most racial thoughts don't come from the mind of a person themselves. Most people who are racist because they were taught to be racist. No one is born hating anyone. No one is no Caucasian baby is born saying I hate niggers, I hate chinks. No African American is born saying I hate crackers or I hate anybody. I hate Mexicans and all this stuff. No one is born that way. You are taught. You are taught hate. You are taught love. You are taught kindness. You are taught revenge. All of these things are things that are taught through social media. They are taught through family. But most of these things start at home. And if you don't have a good foundation, then you're going to find it somewhere else. I was raised to treat people how I want to be treated, and I want to be treated with respect. So the people that I treat with respect, I would expect them to treat me with respect themselves. And I just hope that no one takes it upon themselves to go find him, because then you're no better than he was. You're tracking him down to hurt him, to get revenge for someone who's really not, he's not here, but his family isn't asking anyone to get revenge for him. And I just feel like all the racist comments, the ape, people calling them apes, crackers, and all this stuff, it just shows that no one's progressed. Everyone, blacks, whites, whoever, everyone is still in that same steadfast. Because if you are Caucasian and you're still calling African Americans apes and monkeys, and you haven't evolved yourself, you're still as low as the people who came up with it in the first place. And African Americans, if you're still calling white people crackers and just whatever you want to call white people, you yourself have not evolved. And it's just ridiculous. Yes, I use the word nigga, whatever. I would never use it in a derogatory term to call anybody anything. I will never, if I have friends that are Mexicans, why the hell would I call another Mexican a wetback? That's just disrespectful. If I have Caucasian friends, why would I sit there and call another Caucasian a cracker? That's disrespectful. Just like I wouldn't want them to call me a nigga in a derogatory way. If I don't do it, you don't do it. But to each their own. You choose what you want to do, but I personally hope that people don't go on race riots and all this stuff, because I personally don't want to have to deal with this. Because what I will say is this: if I feel like if I have to, I will. That's all I'm gonna say with it. So take it as it is. This is my second and last video of the night. Deuces.